Thanks for coming back to Bond Arms and checking out our barrels. Here he just scanned over some of the different barrels that we have available in our shipping area currently. We do have some empty spots in here. That does happen. But what I wanted to do is just to show you how versatile the Bond Arms gun is and all the different barrels. Now, this is the Mini, and even though this has a 2.5-inch barrel and has a pink grip, all the grips that we make, even the extended grips, all interchange on the same frame. All the barrels interchange, all on the same frame. Just to tell you a quick story, we had a guy come by the Dallas Safari Club, and I think he had number 513, which was from nearly 18 years ago. And he had got some of the recent barrels, and they all fit his gun. And so that just gives you an idea of how nicely built these guns are. What I want to do is just go through and show you we'll start with the small, since I have a Mini in my hand, some of the different barrels that we have available right now. This is the Mini 357 38s. This is the Mini 45. Soon we'll have 45 ACP, 40 Smith, and 9mm in the small versions like this. Here's the 22 mag. We don't have any of the 22 long rifles. It's a very popular barrel for us. Here's the 327 Federal. This will chamber a 32 H&R and the 32 Federal Magnum, which is a very nice round. Here's the 9mm. And one thing I want to show you is the difference between one with an extractor and one without an extractor. And you can see the difference there. The rounds that have rims, like the 38, 357, 45 Colt, 22, 44 Special, a lot of those type of rounds have a rim, the 410 shotgun shells. And when I'm talking about a rim, I'm talking about this edge right here, like on the 45 Colt. And a 45 ACP, I don't have one here quick and handy, but it actually is it goes in and then it's set in, and so the rim is actually, it has a rim, but it's at the same width as the normal casing, where the rim extends beyond the casing. And those are more for automatic, semi-automatic type handguns. And so what we've had to do with that, the 9mm, the 40 Smith & Wesson, 45 ACP, and a lot of the rounds like that, we just have a notch cut here to where you can just pop the shells out. Most of the times the shells will just drop out, but if they stick a little bit, you can stick your thumb right there and pop those out. But the ones with the extractor, if the shells sort of stick, you can just push them out and then extract them. Now, they're not like a double barrel shotgun where you pop it open and it pops the shells out. It just opens it up enough to where you can pull them out, or extend it to where you can pull them out a little bit easier. So that just gives you an idea on how that part works. Now, on down the list here, here's the 9mm, which we just showed. The 357 38 and the 3-inch barrel, we're out of those because they're very popular. Here's the 40 Smith & Wesson barrel. Here's the 10mm barrel. Here's the 44 Special barrel. Here's the 44-40. Here's the 45 Gap. Here's the 45 ACP, and with the notch. Very fun round to shoot out of this gun. This is one of my favorites. Here's the 45 Colt. Here's the 45 410. The 45 Colt won't chamber the 410. We have a lot of cowboy action guys that want more rifling and a more stable bullet, and so it'll only fire the 45 Colt if that's what it says on the barrel. If it has 45 410, then it can do both the Colts and the 410 shells. If it only has 45 Colt, it can only shoot the 45 Colt. Moving on down, this is the 3.5-inch 45 Colt, and the we also have the 3.5-inch, let's see, 45 410. I guess we don't have them up here right now. Here's the 3.5-inch 357 38. Here's the 3.5-inch 45 410s. Here's the 44. This is a 45 Colt only, 4.25-inch barrel. Here's a 4.25-inch barrel. That's a 357 38. And then a 4.25-inch barrel. This is a 45 410. And like I said, all the barrels interchange with all of our guns. That way it gives you a big variety. Most people get the 45-410 because of the novelty and the fun of, well, this is the gun you go to when you want to blow stuff up. And so that's sort of the fun factor. But then you might have a whole lot of 9mm 40 Smith & Wesson, depending on what you're used to shooting, or you may want the 22 barrel just to do a lot of plinking and practice. And so it gives you a lot of variety with the same frame. Hope you've enjoyed this, and we've got more barrels coming. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you on the next video.